Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today I'm really excited because we're going to be trying a bunch of new makeup. I haven't filmed in like over a month and I've played with makeup like twice I think in that month. So I'm actually really excited to put some makeup on today. So if you enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm coming to you completely barefaced because we're going to try out some stuff for our brows. And you might notice I have dyed my hair. So I tried doing highlights and stuff to try and make it look a bit more like Yasmin from the Bratz dolls. And anyway, it didn't end up going well. So then I've ended up dyeing it to this colour. But I still don't think I like it. I still think I want to go back to dark brown. So I've basically like damaged my hair for no reason. But anyway. So for brows we have this that I think I want to try today. This is from Sunkissed, so if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love Sunkissed. It's a really ridiculously cheap brand. You can only really get it at a few shops and some places online. I got this from a shop we have here in Liverpool called Body Care. Sorry as well if it sounds like I'm talking weird. I've got like a really nasty sore on the side of my tongue. But this is what this little palette looks like. So we're going to try and take, I think this is like a wax, so I'm going to try and use that to thick my brows up. Honestly, I doubt that it's going to do that much, but we'll try it out anyway. I'm mainly interested in like the powders, and we do have another brow item to try. But actually, firstly, let's put something on our lips. My lips are dry. I don't know how your lips are. My lips are dry. So I've got this. This is the Sunkissed Peachy Glow Lip Oil with vitamin E. And I really like the Sunkissed lip oils, so, oh god. It smells really strong of peach, but I mean it says it's peach. I really like the Sunkissed lip oils. Again, I got this at Body Care. Oh, it feels nice. If you really like the smell of peach, you will really like the smell of it. Although I feel like I'm not really getting like a lot on my lips, but it does feel really nice. They had one, before, it was called like the Luxe Gold Lip Oil or something, and I really liked that. I actually saw it there in the shop, but I thought I'll just buy one. That feels really nice. Now that it's on my lips, I can maybe smell like the faintest amount of peach. So if you don't like peach or like really strong smelling stuff, then stay away. But if you do like peach or you don't mind the smell, it feels really lovely. And it was probably like under £1.50. Okay, so then let's go in with this. It doesn't have a shade, but it has a pretty, I mean, it has an okay mix of colours. They're all quite dark, but let's try this wax. I don't really know what to do with it. I'm just gonna dip this spoolie in that they gave us, and that looks alright. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit just so you can actually see. I am putting it in. I feel like I've already pretty much used like literally all of this, like you can see. So I don't think it would last you very long. Like the actual waxy stuff. And it doesn't really seem to be doing that much. Like it's not really, yeah, it's quite oily. It's not really like holding them up. So I'm just going to quickly wipe this off, and I'll just put in like a little bit of NYX brow glue because I want to make my eyebrows actually look good. And I'll also sort the camera out because it's a bit low. So I'll be back in a second. So I'm back and I have my eyebrows fixed up. I just used the NYX brow glue, which is literally what I always use. So now let's use some of this like powder. I never normally do powder, but I have been having problems with my eyebrows, especially since I sort of like lightened my hair. I just feel like my eyebrows have been looking really cool toned and like weird. So I think I'm going to start with this one here. Let me zoom you in a little bit more actually. Oh, they are full view. I'm going to start with this one because I feel like it's the most sort of like warm, and I guess I'll use this little brush that they gave me. I never normally do powder, so I'm not like the surest what you're supposed to do. Do you just like stamp it on? Yeah, that sounds fine. But I'm just going to put this on, and then we have like I'm not sure if this is like one of the single little felt liners or it's one of those ones that have like the little 3 prongs, but we have this like sort of eyebrow pen thing to try from Technic, and it's all gonna be super affordable makeup in this video. I'm probably like, I haven't filmed it yet, but I probably will film a haul after I've done this video, so you probably will have seen all of the stuff already that I purchased. This is actually quite nice. It's quite a nice like little tone. I think if you've got sort of like lighter, like mousy brown hair, it would work. Like it is sort of adding quite a nice amount of warmth, I'd say. This would honestly be nice to just have something like this to use, because like, I don't know, sometimes even if I do the same exact eyebrow routine that I've done 100 times before, my eyebrows will look like different, like they'll look darker or more blocky or something, and I think it would be nice to have just like a little palette like this that you can sort of like mix and match. To be honest, I'm actually not like hating how it looks. I feel like it's going on, like it's obviously sticking like to the brow glue that I've got in my eyebrow, so it is sticking, but I do feel like it's maybe going a bit like almost like ashy because it's like sticking. Maybe I should have let it set a little bit more first. That's probably my fault. Yeah, like, this is quite good. I think if you've got like really sparse brows, this would probably be a bit much because like it looks quite orange on the places that I don't have a lot of hairs. But if you just want sort of like a background colour, I think it's fine. And honestly, all brow powders, I think they're probably pretty similar, and you can probably just use an eyeshadow if you find like a good tone one. So I don't think you need to spend like a lot of money on an eyebrow palette. You probably don't even need to have like a specific eyebrow palette if you've got like an eyeshadow colour that you really like. But I think for me this is going to be really, really handy. Like I really like that. I think it did a pretty good job. I'll like give you a little close up. So like they just look more full, but like it does look quite like soft and diffused because obviously it is a matte powder. Then let's try this. Let me see first what this even is. So this is again from Technic. This is their Featherweight brow pen. It says it's water resistance, it gives a microbladed effect, and I've got this in the shade warm brown. It says it helps you create natural looking soft fluffy brows, and using the brush applicator makes it easy to add natural hair like strokes for a soft feathered look. So it is just like a single tip. Okay, that is very soft, but that might be good. I have never had any luck at all with any types of these products. I think honestly it's more my fault than it is the product's fault. Like I don't know the technique to use. But let's give this one a go. So that actually looks alright actually. It might be because honestly I've got that little powder base down, because normally I just like brush, like put it in my eyebrows and it just looks like I've drawn on fake eyebrows. That actually doesn't look that bad. So like I've put it in there. That actually looks quite nice, especially with the powder under. Oh, I actually like this. I like that little combination. I feel like that's giving me really like brow like strokes. Like that just looks like I've got a fluffy brow. This is a really nice. I actually really like this. I haven't seen this anywhere. Like look at the difference between this one and this one. This one just looks so much more like fluffy and nicer. I actually can't believe I found one that I like. I think that it's the colour as well, because normally I get like dark brown, because obviously normally my hair is like a lot darker, but I don't even think I looked at the shade. I think I just picked up whatever one looked brown. But that is a really good little mixture. I mean, I've got my receipt here, and literally everything was under £3.49. Like the only thing that was over £3 was this little eyeshadow palette that we're going to use later. Right, I'm back and I primed my eyelids, and I actually primed them with a new concealer we're going to try, and that is this. I'll just quickly show you. It's the Technic Stretch Concealer. I've got it in the shade Fair, and when I opened it I was like, oh my god, it is so like pinky peach tone. But honestly, it was like pretty good. Like, it doesn't look too peach or anything now. It looks quite nice. It's like a little bit oily, but we'll try this under the eyes. Honestly, I never really get along with pot concealers, but we'll give it a go. And I think it's obviously meant to be a dupe of the Glossier Stretch Concealer because it literally has the same name. But we're going to do some eyeshadow now. So for eyes, I have this little cute palette from Sunkissed. This is called the Sweet Pineapple Eyeshadow Palette. And this is what it looks like. So it's just kind of like a little bit warm toned, got some yellow in there, got some gold, and sort of like a kind of like a purpley colour down here, it sort of looks like. But then we also have these that I am so insanely excited to try. This is the one thing that was £3.49. So this is a Technic Hot Foil Cream Pigment palette, and this just looks insane. I am so excited to try this one and this one and this one, and I don't know which one we're going to use today, but that's what we're doing. And also I got some new brushes. These are from Primark. These are the blending brush set. It was £6, so honestly a bit more expensive than what I'd normally pay for my brushes, because normally I'd get them in like a big set for like £10. But these look like really nice brushes and I want to give them a go. I wanted some new blending brushes anyway. But to start off, I actually want to take a bronzer. So we actually have this little face palette. This is the Sunkissed Copper Crush face palette. This is what it looks like. This is so pretty. And I'm just going to take this bronzer to start off with and just run it through my crease. But I'm just going to dip in with this big, this is the wide blending brush from Primark. Ooh. Let me zoom in, just so you can see. That's very warm. It's a nice shade though. This brush is very, very soft. That bronzer is blending very nicely. I'm just going to do that over here. I kind of had one idea for a look I want to do. I kind of wanted to do like a brown into like the foil blue, but that won't really be using that many shades from the eyeshadow palette, so I don't know if I should just do that, which was the idea that I had, or just try and mainly use like more shades from the eyeshadow palette. Not really sure what I want to do yet. And I also have to pick something that matches my top. I'm wearing sort of like a green top today. I might swatch some of these. Let's swatch this yellow. That's pretty. Just cover it up so you can see. Okay, so it didn't really show up much. Okay, it showed up a little bit more then. It's kind of like a mustard. Is it shimmery? I can't even tell. And then you've got like this shimmer gold, which does look quite pretty. Let's watch that. That one looks nice. Quite deep though. And then got kind of like a peach shade. Is that shimmery? That is kind of shimmery, but it doesn't really show up. Got more like a deeper, a deeper like purple up here. Oh, it's kind of like a bronze. That looks nice. These shimmers are kind of different textures. And then the only other shade I want to swatch is I want to swatch the blue out of this, because I really want to use this like bluey, greeny. It looks like the ocean. I really want to use it, but I'm worried it's not going to look nice. So let's try it. Oh my god, look at that. Let me just remind you again, £3.50. Let's swatch it. Oh my god. That's insane. This like gold one down here literally looks like liquid metal. That one's like a softer texture too. that is so pretty. Look at it. I'm gonna take some of this, like this brown down here. It's the more sort of like cool toned. How did I get purple on me? It's the more sort of like cool toned brown, and let's just put that out here. Oh, I see pigment. I see it. Oh, actually quite nice pigment. I was kind of expecting the mattes to not be very good, and I thought the shimmers would be like nice, but that matte is pretty nice actually. And that's the thing with Sunkist, is that like sometimes they can be hit and miss, but their small palettes I tend to really like, and they all tend to be like under £2, which is just kind of insane to me. I really like this brush, by the way. It's like diffusing everything so nicely. Like if you want things to just be like blended, then I think you need a brush like this, and this is what I've been missing, I think. Then I kind of wanna. So there's two sort of like cream shades. There's this one in the actual palette, and then there's this one in the brow thing. I feel like the one in the palette is a lot more yellow toned, so I think I'm just gonna take this. Honestly, on the same brush. I'm just gonna pop that up here. It's nice that they include that, and honestly you could probably use the brow shades as like eyeshadows. That is nice. Like you can see the difference. Like this side just looks more like diffused, whereas this side looks a bit weird. Now I think I'm gonna take a different brush. I'm gonna take, there's like one, oh that was a horrible noise. There's this one called the large smudger brush. I think I'm gonna use this. And I guess I'm going to take that same brown shade. This looks like a really nice brush. I'm just going to... Maybe I want to take, I think, a little bit of this one as well. This is definitely more like a red. Like it's not even just a warm tone brown. But we'll see. These brushes are really soft. For Primark, I'm like very impressed. Because I feel like Primark brushes are never normally like that good. But these are nice. I'm gonna mix a bit of both of those and just blend that a little first. Okay, now I'm gonna take, there's this one which is called a tapered brush. It looks very similar to this one, apart from this one's like a little bit more domed. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna dip into, I think, a little bit of this peach down here. I can't tell if it's fully matte or if it's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but I'm gonna use a little bit of that just to blend ever so slightly. This is what we're up to, and now we need to decide what colour is gonna go here. So I mean, obviously there are the shimmers in this palette that they look really nice, but I don't think I want to use them because I really want to use this palette, and I still really want to use the blue. I just don't know if it's gonna look good or not, but I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try the blue. I guess I'm gonna take this last brush. This is called the flat blending brush, so it's flat and a bit fluffy, and I'm gonna take that, I think, with this blue, and we're gonna see how this goes. This could go really wrong, it could go really right. That's so pretty. Oh, it's like greeny blue reflex. If I use my finger with this, yeah, look at that. That's so much more intense. And then I'm gonna go back in with this little flat brush, and I'm actually gonna take this deeper bronzer. I honestly forgot that we had this. I'm gonna use this to blend it into, because I really want it a bit deeper. Ooh. Okay, my camera needs a minute, so I think I'm gonna hop off camera. I'm just gonna do the exact same to the other eye. I think I might pop on a couple little gems, maybe, and then I'll come back and we will move on to the face. So I'll see you in a second. Alright, I'm back and my eyes are finished, so I'll zoom you in and just show you what I did quickly. So I literally just added some pearls and I think it came out really cute. I really like how it looks. And I did also just whack on some foundation. I used the Real Love by Revolution Super Serum Foundation just because we don't have anyone to test. And now we're going to use concealer. So we are going to use this Technic Stretch Concealer like I mentioned. So I'm going to take a little brush. I use this to blend out my the concealer on my eyelids. And I'm just going to, I guess, like, I don't really know what you do with pot concealers. Do you just blend it in with a brush? Do you use a sponge? I don't know. But this again I have in the shade Fair. It's the Technic Stretch Concealer and it says it has flexible micro waxes. Move with your skin and the natural mineral pigments blend easily for a natural looking coverage. It says it's got buildable cover, a soft dewy finish, and okay. So I've never heard of that before. Soft, flexible micro waxes. That sounds like some fancy jargon. Have I just been out of frame the whole entire time? I mean, it looks quite nice, just in that little bit. I'm really not using a lot. It does feel very waxy though. And I never normally blend my concealer out with a brush. I normally always use a sponge. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put on some more of this concealer and then I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge and just see how that goes. Honestly, it looks like actually quite pretty. Like, I'll zoom you in a little bit more. Like, it looks under the eye. It looks dewy. It looks very like lightweight. Like you can't see it, but it like has brightened and covered quite a nice amount. Like it looks very natural. It doesn't really look like I've got concealer on, but there is a really big difference. That's actually quite nice. And I've never tried the stretch concealer from Glossier, but I have heard people say that it like it's very like natural looking and it looks like you're not really wearing makeup, but it does help. And I do think that this is sort of like a similar vibe. Like, I'm not going to say that it's a dupe because I've never tried it, but this is a pretty nice little pot concealer. But anyway, next we actually have a cream blush. So yeah, we'll just hop into that. I was going to say maybe we could do like a cream bronzer first, but I don't have a new one. So we're just going to use this. This is from Primark. This is the PS Cream Blusher. It's in the shade Peach. And the reason that I picked this up was because look at this. It's like neon and it looks like the Melting blushes from Rare Beauty. It's a really nice little compact as well. £3.50. Okay, I'm going to feel it. This is the moment of truth. I'm so excited. Oh, it is like really soft. But it feels like matte almost. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's not super creamy, but we will try this. This is a all-rounder brush from Beauty Bay. Like, it's not really picking it up. This is a really similar texture to, there's like a cream blush from, what's it called? From Studio London, this Flawless one. It's like a really similar texture. You can like see it, like when I rub my brush in it, it's just like collecting shit. I don't know if it's like dust or I don't know what the hell it is, but it just like collects weird stuff in it. Like, it's not very creamy. I'm not really sure what it is though. Ooh, that looks pretty. There I was moaning. It's like diffused, soft. It's not like the most in your face pale pigmented, especially not for what it looks like, but that is very pretty. Okay, I am gonna set my face and then I'll come back and we'll do sort of like the rest because my camera is gonna die. So I will be back in a minute with a set face and we'll try out this lovely little face palette here, which I'm really excited for. See you in a sec. Hi, so I'm back. We had a lot of technical difficulties. I'm sorry if anything looks different. We had to sort of like reset the camera a little bit. Having a bit of problem with the display. It's showing that it's not charging, but the camera's still working, so it might get cut off at some point. But this is how my face is looking. Let me zoom you in. So honestly, the concealer set down really nicely. It looks smooth, it looks nice, the whole face looks good. I used my favourite two powders of the moment, which is, I used my Studio London Flawless Weightless and Mattifying Setting Powder under my eyes, and then I used my Elf Halo Glow Setting Powder for the rest of my face. I think it's just in the light shade. I did also, because I tried to charge my camera for a minute first, so I did also do some bits to my eyes. I just added a little bit of shadow under here, and I added a little bit of this shade under my brow and in my inner corner. So let's move on quickly. So we're going to test this on the actual face, and we also have a new brush. This is the PS Pro bronzer brush, and this, I really like the look of it, but I was very uncertain because this individual brush was £5, and like I mentioned, I normally get brush sets, and normally the brush sets are like £10 for like all of the brushes I could possibly need, but it feels really soft, so we're gonna just try this out. I am gonna go into this one. Honestly, I picked this up because this just sort of reminded me of like Hourglass. I've never tried Hourglass, but I always want to, like I've always wanted to. Well, at least the products, like not the actual brand. The brand doesn't sound very nice, but the products always look nice. So we're gonna try this. I'm just gonna like sweep it over my face, and hopefully it's not like too mattifying, because it does look like it has some like shimmer swirl in it. Honestly, that looks quite nice. This is the only bronzer we have on right now. Obviously we just have on the cream blush. Honestly, this bronzer is really nice. I think I had one probably of this formula, but it was just in like a single, it was like a big pan. I am dipping a little bit into this one as well because it's just a bit more pigmented, and this brush is nice. It's like a lot bigger than what I'd normally use. I normally use something of this size, so I normally use a stippling brush, but it's really soft. And I will say, all of these brushes from Primark, they're super soft. We've had one stray brush hair, which is pretty impressive, and also they seem to be really good at like diffusing products and making the products seem like very like blown out and just very soft and nice. I'm gonna just take the same brush and go into this blush, which I'm actually really excited for. And I'm just gonna like sweep that on. Again, that's just like really soft. It's like got a sort of like a sheen to it. It's not super pigmented. Honestly, it really looks like I'm not picking anything up on my brush, but it just looks nice and soft. I really like this little palette. It's also quite diverse because like this is actually pretty deep, and I imagine that this is quite pigmented, so it would probably work on a few skin tones. Not all of them, but at least a couple. Then we have another brush. This is the highlighter brush from Primark. So it's the same sort of like line, this little pink line. This was £4. And we also have a little highlighter from Primark. This is the Rose Glow highlighter. It's £3.50. People normally rave about Primark highlighters. I don't think I've ever really tried one that I love. Actually, that's a lie. The one that I use at the minute is actually from Primark. This is my sort of like favourite one. This is a sweet highlighter. I think this is like really pretty, just like the design and everything. So this is what I normally use on like an everyday basis. This one looks a lot more glittery, so we're gonna give it a go. Sweep in, yay. it definitely looks a bit glittery. Oh. Okay, it's straight glitter. It is straight glitter on my face. Let me zoom you in. So that's what it looks like. It just looks like loose shimmer, and it's kind of a little bit gold. But it's definitely not my favourite. But honestly, for like photos, it might be quite nice to have like a little glittery highlighter. Be a bit more like editorial, but it's definitely not one that I would be using on like a everyday basis or anything. It does look quite pretty from afar though. And again, this brush is really soft and very nice. So the last order of business, no, that's a lie. One of the last orders of business is a setting spray. I'm really excited to try this one. This one again is from Primark. So this is the PS Prep and Perfect Up All Night Makeup Setting Spray. It says it preps skin before and after makeup for long wear. It's got a fresh coconut scent with aloe vera extract. And this was £5. I didn't realise this was £5. I have tried setting sprays from Primark in the past, and honestly I don't hate them. We'll see how this goes. Let's look at this mister. Oh, it does smell like coconut. Oh, it's aggressive. It really does smell like coconut. It smells like summer. But the mister on that is like, it's quite strong. It's quite like aggressive. But we're gonna let that dry, and we also have the last thing that we have to try is a mascara. This one I'm excited because I feel like it's meant to be a dupe of like a Maybelline one, but this is from Sun-Kissed. This is the Curl and Flex Waterproof Mascara. I haven't even really looked at the wand of this, but this, oh, it's a little chubby. This is what the wand looks like. I do feel like my camera settings are a bit off. I feel like my zoom's funny. I'm
sorry, I'll have to look at that.
It's fine. But we're just going to try this out. Let me zoom you in a little. That'll do. And we'll try this out. I've never loved a Sun-Kissed mascara. They never normally do that much for me. But I'm excited to give this one a go. So it's like a plastic brush. It looks pretty like densely packed with bristles, and it actually looks like it's picking up my lashes pretty nicely. I don't know what like this claims to do. It says curl and flex, so I'm guessing it's meant to be more of a curling mascara. But it's nice and black. It's not depositing too much onto my lashes, and it is like a little bit messy and like a little bit pokey on the eye, but for one coat that doesn't look bad. Okay, so I am back with the final look. This is how it all turned out. That mascara I actually really like. I have smudged it a little bit under my eyes, but it's like very like lengthening, and it looks really nice. I've put it on top and bottom, so we will see if it smudges or budges or transfers. The setting spray, it did leave a couple of like little droplets, but my face looks fine. We'll just have to see how it wears. So I will do a little bit of a wear test later on, so we can see, because I did use a foundation and powders that I know that I like, so we should be able to see what we think of the concealer and what we think of the setting spray. Very interested to see how the mascara wears, and I'm also very interested to see how the eyebrows look at the end of the day, because I honestly love them right now. This is my most favourite eyebrow look that I've had in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to go about my day now, and I will see you all later. Bye. Okay, so it is the end of my day, and I am back to do a little bit of a wear test update with you. So I'm going to look now. Firstly, I look quite like oily here, which honestly I don't mind. Like I really like this glow that I've got going on. The concealer honestly does not look too bad at all. Let me like just zoom you in so you can see. Like the concealer looks pretty good. My eyebrows still look great. They have not gone anywhere. Honestly, that sort of like glittery highlight has sort of like grown on me a little bit. But honestly, all in all, I can't complain. I feel like it's been a pretty good makeup day. Like I'm looking a little bit oily, but I actually quite like it, like I mentioned. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I really appreciate you, and I really appreciate all of you that have stuck around, not just to the end of this video, but hung on with me whilst I have been going through this sort of break. I really appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. I'm gonna go now. Bye.